Coming up on SportsLine, I'll give you all the athletic recaps you need before I trade this Philly weather for some Florida sun. Hello, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I'm Gwen. After Riley having a busy weekend securing the win for the women's rugby, it'll be my turn tomorrow on the cross-country field to do the same. No pressure. You're watching LaSalle's TV, home for the Explorers Athletics, SportsLine.
SportsLine, where we've got you covered on everything LaSalle sports.
And later, Dejah got the chance to sit down with two members from LaSalle's women's field hockey team. Be sure to stay tuned for that.
But first, let's take a look at our SportsLine top 3.
Is it camera what?
It's the same one.
Number 1. Sophomore guard Joni Quinn has been named the Atlantic 10 preseason All-Conference third team in her first year with the blue and gold. Quinn earned a spot on the Atlantic 10 All-Rookie team, becoming the first Explorer since 2019 to accomplish the feat. She appeared in all 33 games, starting 24, scoring in double figures 13 times.
Number 2. The Atlantic 10 Media Day took place this past weekend at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, celebrating the league's 50th anniversary. Coaches and players from all 14 basketball teams met with the media as the preseason polls and honors were announced. Men's head coach Jairus Nichols, alongside player Jerome Brewer and Ashley Connor from the women's team, had the honor to represent LaSalle.
Number 3, the NovaCare Student Athlete of the Week is from LaSalle's women's rugby team, Quinn Frank.
Women's rugby.
They've had a
Athlete
good
of the
game.
Week. That's a good one. Didn't we have the first week it was another rugby player?
I think so, yeah. I think it's very successful.
Making moves early on. That's exciting.
Oh yeah, we'll get into a bit more rugby later on because I know they've had a successful one. But with Quinn, Joni Quinn, I know her name's Joni Quinn, but everyone calls her Quinn. I think it's really good that she's been, we've mentioned her at the start, because she is such a good player. Yeah. And a lot of people who are in the basketball team, they move after a year, and she has stayed. I think this is her second year now. So it's exciting to see that she's been recognised for all her hard work. And I'm excited for the season to see what she can do.
Even as a rookie, she was making these big plays. She was making a name for herself. We mentioned it last season. I remember specifically talking about her being like, these freshmen are really making names for themselves. And she specifically is one of the main ones. And they are kind of building their team around her, I feel like.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
That's beneficial.
And Ashley's also on the team. I think she might be in her 5th year senior now. So, and also, with Joni, being a freshman on a starting 5 team, it's quite hard. So, kudos to her.
Yeah, facts. That's it for the top 3. Now let's see how our teams did in this week's recaps. Women's soccer picked up their biggest win of the season Thursday night, stunning Atlantic 10 contender Rhode Island with an 1-0 road victory. After a quiet start to the game, Kaden Williams delivered the breakthrough, burying a header that would become the game winner in the 77th minute of a perfectly placed assist from Riley Henson. The strike silenced the Rams and earned the Explorers their first A10 win of the year. The moment capped off a complete team performance as goalkeeper McKenna Yarkis stood tall with 4 massive saves to notch her second shutout of the season. With the win, the Explorers moved to 4-4-1 overall and 1-1 in the A10 play, picking up major ground in the conference standings.
The LaSalle women's soccer team played again, delivering a dramatic comeback on Sunday afternoon at McCarthy Stadium, rallying from a 2-goal deficit to George Mason 3-2. With the victory, the Explorers moved to 5-4-1 overall and 2-1-0 in Atlantic 10 play, while the Patriots fell to 3-6-2 and 2-1-0. George Mason struck first in the 15th minute when Ariana Bleven scored from a close range, then doubled the lead in the 29th minute through Zoe Vindaru. After regrouping at halftime, LaSalle responded quickly as sophomore Isla Cardigan netted her 3rd goal of the season less than 3 minutes into the second half. The Explorers equalised in the 71st minute when sophomore Cameron Reyes converted her 2nd goal of the year off a feed from freshman Kaden Williams before senior Elizabeth Estrada completed the turnaround less than 2 minutes later with a composed penalty kick. Senior goalkeeper McKenna Yarkis anchored the defence with 4 saves, including clutch stops in the closing minute to preserve the win. Estrada paced the offense with 6 shots, while Cardigan and Reyes added crucial tallies during the rally. LaSalle outshot the Patriots 15-13 and held firm late to secure the conference victory.
LaSalle field hockey endured a hard-fought weekend, beginning Friday afternoon at the Proving Grounds with a narrow 2-1 overtime loss to Richmond in their first home game of the season. The Explorers jumped out early as junior Darian DeLeo finished off a setup from Matilda DeRichson in the 14th minute to give the Blue and Gold the lead. Richmond answered just 8 minutes later. The score had leveled through the regulation thanks to standout effort from goalkeeper Abby Boggs, who tallied 8 saves and a defensive save by DeRichson that Spiders broke through in the 66th minute with another goal, pushing Richmond to victory as LaSalle fell 2-1.
The Explorers rebounded Sunday afternoon at Ellen Varglos Field, edging Bryant 2-1 in dramatic fashion. Darian DeLeo struck again in the 12th minute, recording her team-leading 3rd goal of the season to give LaSalle a 1-0 advantage. Strong defence work held the Bulldogs to just 2 shots on goal through 3 quarters, but Bryant pulled even in the 47th minute when Alexia Sadician scored off a Natalie Griffin assist, despite conceding 8 penalty corners. Overall, the Explorers' back line stood firm with less than 2 minutes remaining. Junior Marisol Terrason buried her first goal of the year in the 59th minute, cleaning up a rebound after a powerball Dejah attempt to secure the victory. LaSalle outshot Bryant 15-5, led by Dejah's 5 attempts and DeLeo's 4, while also maintaining a 13-8 advantage in corners. The win marked LaSalle's 3rd of the season and showcased a balanced effort on both ends of the field.
The LaSalle men's soccer team dropped a 2-1 road decision at number 8 nationally ranked St. Louis Saturday night. LaSalle opened the scoring in the 56th minute when junior Alexandru Zama slotted home his 2nd goal of the season off a setup from Sean Yergel, giving the Explorers a 1-0 lead. St. Louis responded quickly, leveling the match just 4 minutes later to tie at 1-1. The Billikens completed the comeback in the 78th minute, finding the back of the net. The Explorers had a late chance to equalize after earning a penalty in the 88th minute, but Pedro Amato's attempt was saved by Billikens goalkeeper. Both sides saw red cards after the game, with Sophus Ulrich of LaSalle and another player of St. Louis each sent off. Goalie Tino Canese made 5 saves for LaSalle. LaSalle finished with 6 shots, including 3 on target, while St. Louis recorded 11 attempts and 7 on frame. With the results, the Explorers moved 1-3-5 overall, 0-1-1 in the Atlantic 10 play.
The LaSalle women and diving team opened their 2025-26 season on Saturday morning at Budrick Pool, where they fell to Towson in a dual meet. The women dropped a 216-84 decision, while the men fell 212-88. On the men's side, junior Carter Perkins led the way with the freestyle victories, winning the 200-yard free in 1 minute 42 seconds and the 100-yard free in 45.76 seconds. Senior Felix Jetbrack added a double of his own, taking the 200-yard butterfly in 1 minute 51 seconds and the 100-yard fly in 48.98 seconds. In diving, senior Carter Randall finished 2nd on the 3-meter board with a score of 298.65. Towson controlled the rally, sweeping both the men's and women's 200-yard medley and 200-yard freestyle events, while also dominating the middle and long-distance freestyle. Resecure the team results. On the women's side, Cecily Frost highlighted the women's performance with a thrilling win in the 200-yard butterfly, edging her opponent by 0.03 of a second. Gabriela Herbendera also delivered a strong effort, taking 2nd in the 1,000-meter yard freestyle with a time of 10 minutes 45 seconds before capturing the 200-yard freestyle breaststroke in 2 minutes 22.42 seconds.
The LaSalle University women's triathlon team delivered strong performances at the Robius Landing Collegiate Cup on Sunday. Fiona Davide led the team with 26th place finish, completing the course in 1 hour, 2 minutes, 54.8 seconds, nearly 2 minutes faster than her top 10 finish in the previous week's competition. Sophie Brandweed and Gabriella Hermider also had notable performances. Brandweed finished 28th with a time of 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 17 seconds, while Hermider placed 39th at 1 hour, 7 minutes, 48 seconds, each taking nearly 7 minutes off of their times from that previous week. Additionally, sophomore Lucina Reyes contributed to the team's success with a 36th place finish.
LaSalle women's rugby team made history Sunday morning at Hank de Vincent Field, earning the program's first 2 victories by defeating Temple in a sevens doubleheader, 41-5 and 50-0. 6 different players recorded multiple tries across the matches, with freshmen Quinn Frank and Maeve Delany leading the charge with 3 each, while classmate Claire Maislan, Isabella Tutis and Hadley Edwards added 2 apiece. Taylor Major, Jocelyn Windrig, Kendra Close and Molly Edwards also contributed tries, with Major tacking on 4 conversions in the opening game. The Explorers dominated from the start, racing out to a 41-0 advantage before Temple scored a late try in the first match, then followed with a 50 unanswered points on a 10 tries in the second. I'm very impressed with the girls' ability to adapt. Head coach Kelsey McDowell said they came in prepared for a 15s game and adapted on the fly to smash 2 sevens game.
On Monday and Tuesday, the LaSalle women's golf team participated in the Autumn Harvest at the Architects Golf Club in Lopakong, New Jersey. Each hole is modeled after a design of a different famous golf course architect, making it a unique par 71 experience. The Explorers turned in some of their best individual rounds of the young season. Joel Schaefer shot a 79+8 in her second round on day 1, while Hannah Gammons delivered a 78+7 featuring 2 birdies on the back 9 in her final round. Nina Okinkova finished second on the team, continuing her steady play with every round the season falling between +13 and +15. Samantha Song and Sarah Doherty rounded out the Explorers' efforts. Song shot an 83+12 in round 1, while Doherty turned in a season-best 86+15 in round 2. Women's soccer.
Yeah, I know.
They're on
really,
a roll.
Really
They're on a roll. It's nice to have a good soccer team.
Yeah, I know. They must have been recruited. I think they've recruited a lot of people this year.
They did, and it's working for them because they had a good week last week. They had a good week before that, and they had an amazing week.
Might be going to the conference. You know what I mean?
That would be exciting. That would be nice. Let's not get too far.
I know. And then the women's rugby also dominated again.
That is crazy. You played rugby before? Can you just explain how that 50-0 happened?
I think with rugby you really have to rely on the team. So I'm very impressed with how quickly they've been able to play together. They've turned it around. They came in. Everyone was like they were the underdog. They were all fresh to LaSalle. Yeah. So it's good to see that they were able, like the coach said, adapt on the fly and dominate.
Yeah, we literally mentioned last week, they lost, but they're not getting defeated, and they just need to find that one thing that keeps them going as a team. Maybe they found it. They might have found it. This is a nice new little program record. First win as a program.
Very good.
That's awesome. And then even triathlon, another new program, also did a lot better than the week previous. So
I think we're just getting the momentum going, aren't we?
We are. It's not the beginning of the season anymore. They're finally figuring out what they need. They're correcting everything.
Reading all that, I think I was fumbling so much because I'm getting nervous for my own race. Because I'm seeing how good everyone's doing. So no pressure for us.
No pressure for us. I mean, I won my rugby game.
I know.
Not forget. No, did forget to shout me out, but it's fine. I did make the 49 out of the 50 plays, but it's fine.
Well, I didn't mention your try though. I forgot to add that.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. We can do it next game. It doesn't matter.
I went to the hockey game though. Against Richmond. It was really good. Yeah, I think they definitely were the underdog. Richmond are so good. So it was cool. They held them off for a long time. Even I think to the second half, they had an early goal from Tilly, and then they played really, really well.
Yeah, and then field hockey, I don't think we talked about finding that momentum. I don't know if they really found that specific momentum yet.
I think it's a little bit hard when you've got their turnaround is so quickly. Game on Friday, game on Sunday. So I feel like on Saturday, I don't know how much recovery or reflecting they do. I think it's going. I guess they can only reflect on the Monday or something. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
They have a lot. They just have a lot. It's a lot to.
It is a lot, and then with the swim as well. So it was the first meet for them. I spoke to Owen, who's on the swim team, and he was saying how it is good that they didn't do that well, but Towson is such a good program that
they've always been.
Yeah, they have always been. So maybe that shock and seeing that level made them push harder for next time.
Yeah, definitely. And swim doesn't really struggle finding that connection. It takes them a couple games, but then they're MVP.
Yeah,
you see those names coming up every week for something new, significant.
100%. And they've all got each other, the men's and women's. Yeah, it's a separate they compete separately, but there is one big team,
Definitely.
which is very exciting.
It's nice to say. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we go on the sidelines, see who our interview host called up with this week. You won't want to miss it.
Dear University of...
Thank you for your offer.
To become student ID number 283471.
While I appreciate your desire
For my impeccable academic record,
I must decline the opportunity.
to get a generic degree,
I've decided to tell my story.
To be a student.
not a statistic.
I wish you good luck in the future.
As I embark on mine.
We live in a country that incarcerates its own people more than any other nation in the world.
The individual can age out of crime. He or she, 9 times out of 10, is no longer thinking like he or she once thought when they were 18. This is a good time to have a second look for everyone. We have 50 years of data that proves to us emphatically that the old way of doing things no longer works.
Welcome back to SportsLine. For our On the Sidelines interview this week, Dejah got to talk with Tana Duncan and Matilda Dejah from the field hockey team.
Hello and welcome back to this segment of On the Sidelines. I'm your host, Dejah, and today we have Matilda, known as Tilly, and Tana Duncan. How are you guys doing today?
All good, thank you. Good to be here.
Yes, good. How are you?
Good, glad to have you guys here. So let's start off. I know you started the season injured. How's your injury going?
It's going well. I'm recovered, luckily, so back on the field, which has been good. Had to sit out of the first few games, which was unfortunate, but luckily back out there, so it's been good to be back.
Yeah, I know it's rough being injured and having to watch everyone else, but I know your team is motivating you.
No, definitely. And also our AT Liv has been like super helpful, so
Yeah,
she's been really good
shout
on the
out Liv.
sideline. Yep.
That's good. What strengths do you both bring to our LaSalle field hockey team?
I would say it's like being international, it's like our field hockey IQ and like just a different like playing style that we bring from like our home countries and like what we've learned there and like our skill, like stick skills and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's really cool being able to play in America because there's so many different like nationalities on our team. So you learn different styles of play from all the different countries and then you kind of bring it together. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to have international students on our team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys, how do you guys work cohesively with the team after a loss?
So after a loss, we like honestly meet a lot and like talk it through like what happened and then like see what action we have to take like in the following week like with practice and how like we can best prepare for the next game and yeah.
We're a big like goal setting team, so we usually set a lot of goals during the week and then work to achieve them.
Yes.
And so far it's been going well. Over the weekend we had a good weekend, so hopefully the goals keep working.
Yeah.
That's good. How do you guys work towards your goals throughout the week? What does that entail?
We try to like set little steps so that we can like actually like measure it. So like after each practice, like we would like rank the practice, how it went, and then like see what we have to change and to like actually like achieve the goals by the end of the week and then to like hopefully win both games. So
we also try and like keep stats during the practice.
Yeah.
So a lot of like the players who are out will keep stats of certain drills and then we'll do it one time and then repeat it again and see if we can improve on our stats. So that's also helpful because measurable is like what we look for so we can improve.
That's super smart. So going back to you guys being international, is field hockey popular back home in Germany and South Africa?
in Germany, it's very popular, yes. So in Germany, it's also like honestly everywhere else in the world, but here it's also a big like men's sport. So our men's team is pretty good, like our men's national team, and then our women's national team as well. So we're pretty successful, like Germany. And then just like for like kids and everything, it's like a big sport. So like I started playing when I was like 4 or 5. So you kind of like grow up with it.
It's the same for me. Back home, it's also super popular for men and women. And we also do a lot of indoor hockey as well.
Yeah.
I know that's like not really a thing here. Yeah, so that's also different.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Do you guys ever go back home and like mentor kids at all and help them grow a love for field hockey?
So I go home like mostly over the summer and then over winter break. And I used to be a coach for like younger kids, for like under 10 or like under 12-year-olds. And then whenever I go back home now, I like continue like being a coach for them. So that's definitely like, it helps me also like with my playing style and like with having like being like a leader, like learning like those qualities, like being a coach is definitely beneficial for like both sides, I'd say.
No, yes, I also do a bit of coaching when I'm back home, just with like the local team and the local schools. And it was pretty cool this summer. I got to coach my little sister, so that was cool before she goes to high school.
That's so cool. I coached my sister in high school, so
Different
it's
experience.
Really, yeah, it's the best. So going back to before you came here, you were first place with the All-Star State team at the German State Comparison Tournament in 2022. Can you take us back to that day and tell us how it went? I'm sure it was amazing.
That's a long time ago. No, it was awesome. So I got selected for like the state team of Hamburg, which is a city and a state. So I was selected for that team, and then it's like after like months they like pick if you're still in, if you're still out, and then they send like a roster for the tournament, and it's like a pretty big thing. So like we play against, there's 16 states in Germany, so we play against like all the different states, and it's like a big like competition because like I said, Germany, like field hockey is a pretty popular sport in Germany, so there's a lot of good players, so it's definitely like very competitive, and it was really nice like winning it and just like achieving that like success after working for it so hard. So
yeah, it means so much more when you're in a competitive environment and you pull out to win.
Yeah, it was like a tight competition.
Yeah, I believe it. So Tana, you're a transfer student. You transferred here from LMU. How was it being there, and what are some achievements that you've made there?
Very different programs. LMU was like a very new program, so it was cool to be a part of like building something and being like at the foundation of their program, which was really cool. Last season was actually their best season that they had in program history, so it was cool to be a part of that and help to like develop the team that they have this year. So I've been watching their games, and it's also nice to see them succeed.
Yeah, that's so good. Jumping into the LaSalle team here, you guys started off 0-4, and then your next game against New Haven, you went 9-1. How does that happen? What was the motivation behind that for you guys and for the team as a whole?
Yeah, I think we like recognized that like something had to change and that we couldn't continue like the way we did before. So we were like really hyped to like play New Haven and like go like out with a win, and then it definitely took us a little, and I think like the fourth quarter was our best quarter, so it took us a little to like make that change in the game and then like flip it around and actually score. So it was really nice, like finally like succeeding after like practicing so hard for it.
Yeah, I think we all just had to like take a lot of accountability and self-reflect a little bit, and then our coach likes to call it a turning point. We had a turning point, and then hopefully up from there.
Yeah. And how were you able to motivate your teammates? Because I know from your injury you had to sit sidelines. I know it's hard to watch because I've been there. So how was it motivating everyone during that 9-1 win?
Just keeping the spirits high, especially because, like Tilly said, our best quarter was the fourth quarter. So for those first 3 quarters, it was just like anytime they came off the field and had any questions, I would try and like help and making sure that I was focused during the game so that I could give advice and help them.
Yeah, that's extremely helpful. I'm glad. I know your teammates love you.
We do.
So could you both take me through a day in Tana and Tilly's life?
Sure. Shall we do it on Tuesday?
Yeah, let's do it Tuesday.
So our Tuesdays and Thursdays are like our busiest days. So we have conditioning or like speed and agility and lift in the morning, and then everyone goes to classes after. And then during the lunch period, we often have like a film session or like a meeting with like leadership, like people, or like something, just talking about the past weekend and like setting like those goals we need to like succeed. And then we have like some people have classes again in the afternoon, and then we practice.
Yeah. Long day, but we make it work. And then usually I come back for RA meetings in the evening, but just balancing it.
You guys both sound super, super busy, and we're glad to have you on the team. But a final question, if you could have any superpower that would benefit you on the field, what would it be?
I would say like ultimate like speed, I think would be kind of cool to like just be faster than everyone and be able to get everywhere really quick.
Yeah. I think for me it would be teleportation, because sometimes I feel like I need to be everywhere at once. So if I could just teleport to the right place, that would be great. It would make my life easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your busy schedule, I bet you would need teleportation. Well, thank you girls for coming today and talking with me. It was very nice having you guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you
Yes,
for
it was
coming.
nice to chat.
So let's go back to Gwen and Riley.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we will have all the week's upcoming games. Stay tuned. Oh my God, I couldn't even.
We put our trust in professionals with years of training to help us lead healthy lives. We rely on them to do their jobs with diligence and dedication, because if they don't, our lives are on the line. Clean water is essential to survive. 98% of fresh water lies underground, which must be accessed by trained groundwater professionals. One trained groundwater professional can ensure the health of an entire community. Don't take clean water for granted. Learn how to protect our water at groundwater.okstate.edu.
Welcome back. We have a busy week of Explore Sports, so here's what you have to look forward to. Women's soccer will now be traveling to St. Louis, Missouri to play St. Louis tonight at 8 p.m. They will return home Sunday and host Loyola at 1 p.m. Men and women's cross country will be racing at the Paul Short Run in Bethlehem, PA, starting Friday at 10 a.m. Field hockey will play Drexel at 4 p.m. Friday and host Ryder 1 p.m. Sunday.
Rugby will travel to Connecticut to play the Quinnipiac University Saturday at noon. Men's soccer will also be travelling to Virginia to play VCU Saturday at 7 p.m. Lastly, women's golf will compete in the Evan Packer Memorial Game Sunday and Monday starting at 10 a.m.
That just about wraps it up for us this week. If you can't make it out to see the Explorers play, be sure to tune in next week for our coverage. Keep up with this weekend's other sporting events by visiting goexplorers.com.
Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV and on Instagram at SportsLineLTV. We welcome you to send us your thoughts and suggestions there.
For our entire SportsLine team, I'm Riley Kapchuk.
And I'm Gwen. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you at the game.